Hey there, everybody. This is Amy Dover with the DoverDrive Experience, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. Today's show is a little different, a little special. We are sitting here, or I am sitting here, having a Q&A with you. So I want you guys to tune in and submit all the questions that you have for kicking your life and your business into DoverDrive. One of the beautiful things about this show that's really kind of formed in the last, I don't know, 2 months since we've been doing this, since we've been quarantined, is that I've been able to connect with some really incredible people that have shared some really great nuggets of knowledge and wisdom to help to kick your life and your business into overdrive. And I've learned a lot along the way as well. And one of the things that, I am constantly preaching is the fact that, you have to be a student of life. And that means that you're really just tuning into all the goodness that's shared around you, and you're looking for that goodness because it can and will present itself when you're looking for it. So today's show, live Q&A, guys. I want you to submit your questions. I have a few that have already been submitted, so I'll get us started in just a moment. But I want you to submit your questions, and because I have a lot of these because I love these, we're going to do a little giveaway. So this is the Dover Drive hat, and we are giving away, I don't know, 1, 4, 17. That depends on how much engagement we get. We'll give a few of these away. This one's mine. It's well worn. I've had it for a while, and it's held up. It's kind of amazing. So we're going to give a couple of these away today, and you have rules for entry, just like any other giveaway. I want you to do a couple of things. Number one, you have to submit a question. Easy enough, right? So submit a question. And then number two, I want you throughout the course of this, if you enter for the webinar that's coming up on Thursday, the power of pivoting, we'll show you how to get access to all of that. If you enter into that webinar during this broadcast, then you will get extra entries. I don't know, 100, 4,000, it doesn't matter. But we will enter you in and give away some of those DoverDrive hats. So throughout the course of this, if you see the power of pivoting information pop up on your screen, I want you to go to that URL and register for Thursday at 1 p.m. We're live Thursday at 1 p.m., the power of pivoting, and it's at amydover.com/free-webinar. So that information will pop up along the way. So again, you have two ways of entering into this experience and entering into this contest and giveaway. So we're just going to keep giving them away. You guys enter, we're just going to keep giving a whole bunch away. Go ahead and in the comments, though, if you do register or when you do register, because I'm believing that you need this and I'm believing that you're investing in yourself enough to register into that webinar. So comment somewhere, wherever you're seeing this video, comment and let us know that you have registered, and we will probably announce some live giveaways. We'll do some after this airs, and we kind of collect all the entries and all that goodness too. So if you don't hear your name being called during this live broadcast, that's fine. That doesn't mean you didn't win. It just means that we haven't gotten to all of the entries, and we're going to give away. We're just going to keep giving away. So go ahead and submit your questions. I want you to really think about what it might take for you to kick your life and your business into DoverDrive during this experience. I will tell you that there is definitely opportunity during this experience. It just takes some creativity. It takes some brainstorming. It takes investing in yourself and in your increase in a different way. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to give you all the goodness that you need to kick your life and your business into DoverDrive. So the very first question that I got was through LinkedIn. And the question was, what do you suggest job seekers do differently during this COVID-19 pandemic? Well, There are a lot of people who are looking for jobs right now. And if you're writing a resume, if you are submitting your information or even replying to a job requisition that's posted on a job board, per se, um, you have to stand out in a different way. Without a doubt, you have to stand out. Well, what makes you stand out? Think about what's happening in businesses right now. So many businesses are focusing on going remote, right? Because they're learning that we can work remote. So, one of the things that you can do is to highlight all of the remote work that you have already had, the fact that you are a self starter, the fact that you're well organized, the fact that you are deadline driven, that you function independently. Those are key words for someone to look for in a new candidate when they're considering a remote position. Now, here's one very interesting thing that this person and I had a discussion about is the fact that companies are going to start to look at their business slightly differently. And when they do that, they're looking to fill gaps that they have because they're having to make shifts, right? We've talked about this for weeks now about making shifts in your business. Well, they're doing the same things. Major companies are doing the same things, not just small businesses, not just entrepreneurs, nonprofit organizations, you name it. They're all making these shifts. And that means that they're identifying opportunities that maybe did not exist before. So that means that they're also listing jobs that you may be qualified for with titles that you would not necessarily normally apply to. If they are creatively trying to fill the space, then they're probably going to be creative in the job title that they're giving. They're looking for things that are different. So you may want to expand your job search and not be so narrow focused on what you're looking for. And I think that really opened his eyes to the fact that, you know, titles aren't incredibly important. They can be, and they can, invoke authority and position and all of those things. And that's fine. I'm not going to take away from that. I don't want you to stop trying to reach for a certain title, but when you're really thinking about how to affect change and how to impact a business in a different way, you really have to think about what their most imminent needs are and then fill that type of position. Speak to the words that answer the question of, what is this gap that we're experiencing right now? What will it take to fill this gap? And that may not be that fancy title that you've had your heart set on for a long time. It may be something completely different. So think about that as you're looking for new positions. I know that this afternoon I'm talking to someone who really just has the skill set that I'm looking for to fill in the DoverDrive experience. And I'm not creating a job requisition. I'm not creating a job opening within the DoverDrive experience. What I have done is I've looked through my Rolodex and said, who do I think could fill this most imminent need? And then I reached out. And a lot of employers are going to do that as well. They're not interested in hiring for a title. They're really interested in hiring to fill a gap in the business. And this coronavirus and this pandemic has really opened up my business in a very different way. I have shifted some major things in business. And one of the other questions that I got, I didn't mean to transition that well, but here we go. The second question that I got was, what is the biggest thing that you've done differently in your business in during this crisis? And because I keep talking about pivoting, right? The power of pivoting. Go enroll in that webinar. We'll share a lot more. But in the meantime, the one thing that we've done differently here is just being digitally present in a meaningful, intentional way. And so, in a time when you can't get out and you can't see a lot of people that you would normally network with or prospect with, you have to do it digitally. You have to stay present. And we kind of upped that game. We took the live stream to the next level. And that is has really been a learning experience for me. It's been a humbling experience for me as well because I've had to rely on my team in such a different way that I kind of just show up on these presentations, and so much happens behind the scenes in what we're giving to you that yeah, I've just had to really rely on bringing tech and really smart people into my business in a very meaningful, thoughtful way. And now we get to have this chat with you. So I have a few more questions, but I'm going to pause for just a second here. And I'm going to tell you or remind you, if you're just now tuning in, that we are giving away a couple of these. So these are DoverDrive hats. We're giving a couple of these away today, but to enter, you have to submit a question and you have to register for the Power of Pivoting webinar because you should anyway. Um, it's Thursday at 1 p.m. It's Thursday at 1 p.m. and it's absolutely free. So I'm asking you to invest in your increase. I think that's popping up on the screen. That URL right there. It's ammiedover.com/free-webinar. Go enroll in that. And once you enroll, put a comment in whatever platform you're in right now and let us know that you did so that you can be counted for the giveaway. I'll give away 1, 4, 27, whatever. We're just going to roll with this a little bit today. I have another question that just popped up live here. So the question is, how much is too much to inform your existing and potential clients about COVID-19, especially if you cannot see these people's faces face to face? How much is too much to inform your existing and potential clients about COVID-19? You're going to have to be a little more specific. I will talk about what I think this means. And if I am incorrect, correct me in the comment and we'll adjust that. But what I would say is, not everyone needs to know all of your business at all times. What they need to know is how to function with you differently. They don't need to know how it's impacted every component of your business, right? You don't want to give away all of the information. I am a big proponent of this, probably comes back to my security background, but I'm a big proponent of need to know. If people don't need to know, then don't share it. If they need to know, then share exactly what they need to move themselves forward in working with you. All of the whys in the shifts is not necessarily important right now because we're all going through the same thing. And they understand that we're all making shifts and we're all learning how to do things slightly differently. And I think that you're going to find that your potential customers or your existing customers are really going to give you a little more grace than normal because we're all in this together. And I know that we've heard that a million times, but it's the truth. You only get to pull a new card so many times, right? So use it while you have it. Know that they're going through this with you, that they're trying to figure this out with you. And what they really need to know is the instructions in order to make it happen, whatever it is, whatever that interaction or that purchase is. That's what's most important to share with them. So, great question. I hope I answered that. If that was not exactly what you were asking, just post that in the comments down below and I'll come back to it. So, one of the other questions I have was, how do I prospect when I can't go out and network and meet new people? Well, I mean, we're doing it right now, right? Just getting digital, making sure that you're taking the icky part out of the networking and the prospecting and the sales, and you're just adding value. Value should come first and foremost, whether we're in a pandemic, whether you're face to face, whether you're digital, whether you are writing an old fashioned letter on a piece of paper and putting it in the mailbox. Add value first. So figure out what your customers' most imminent needs are, and then make sure that you are adding value and answering the question of, what can I solve for you today? What problem can I solve for you today? What solution do I have to offer you today? That will go a long way because you never know who you're going to reach. And think about this too. When you are just working face to face and prospecting just face to face, you're limited to the number of people that you can reach and that you can impact. When it's digital, oh my goodness. I don't even know where all of the people who watch the DoverDrive experience are. I mean, if you want to tell me, drop it in the comment down below. I'd love to maybe remotely visit you, right? Um, but it's such a beautiful thing because you can reach so many more people and have such a bigger impact when you focus on just adding value. People will be attracted to that value. They will seek more knowledge from you when they know that you know what you're talking about. So that's really important. Don't look at whether or not you're live in person or the medium. The medium is not as important as the content. So that's your big takeaway for that. Um, okay, so the next question is, how do I become a guest on the DoverDrive experience? I love that question. Well, couple of things that you need to know. The DoverDrive experience, first and foremost, is about adding value. And every guest that I've had on this show has been really impactful in the community, really just the kind of person who has such a loving, giving spirit that they want to share knowledge and enrich people's lives in some way and help them to move forward and kick it into DoverDrive, right? They didn't know that that's what they were doing before, but that's exactly what they're doing. And so if you have that kind of message, if you have that giving spirit of, I have information that's going to help people change their life and their business right now, and I mean right now, it doesn't have to be pandemic specific, but just right now, then you are welcome to reach out to me on whatever platform you're on. Send a private message, drop your email or your phone number, and one of the team members will get in contact with you and have a conversation about the value that you can add to the DoverDrive experience audience, and kind of go from there and just really see if you're a fit and how we can get you scheduled, because I'm always looking for new and creative ways to share information with my audience. And the beautiful thing about being remote and being digital right now is that you can be anywhere. You can be sitting in Australia watching this video right now thinking, okay, I like this. I like her message. I think that we connect. We share a similar target audience. And I think this would be a great partnership. Well, then reach out. You could be sitting in Denver, Colorado, and thinking the same thing. And that's fantastic. The beautiful thing about doing this digital platform is that I'm not limited by geographic location. And we're just really looking for good people to share good information. So if you are interested in being a guest on the DoverDrive experience, then definitely reach out on the platform that you're on. You can also go to my website, which is amydover.com, and there's a place to submit your information right on the homepage. Just tell us what you're interested in, and we'll definitely connect with you. Give us as much information as you can, and we'll be in touch. So that's it for the DoverDrive experience guest component. Now I have one more question here before I let you guys off the hook, because there's been so much interest in the show and the platform and how cool this looks, because it's different than just taking a video conferencing tool and pushing that onto social platforms. It's totally different. It has, a professional surround. It has all of the information. Guys, this is really funny. I've learned so much about production and video and really how to take this to the next level through this experience, because I can't tell you all the tech. So the question was about the tech of what's happening. What I can tell you is who I partnered with, and they figured it out. Because that's above my pay grade. It's above my skill set. And I partnered with the Spear Network, and they have taken graphic design to the next level. They've taken video production to the next level. We're streaming on multiple platforms. I'll let you in on a little secret. We're going to be streaming from my website pretty soon. So I'm super excited about that. It just keeps building. And that's what I want you guys to walk away with today when you're thinking about, okay, how do I kick it into DoveDrive? How do I really take my business and all that's happening to the next level? Well, baby steps, right? Baby steps. And know that it's going to build. It's going to build organically. It's going to be interesting. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to partner with people that you maybe didn't think that you were going to partner with before. You're going to think about new products, new services, new offerings, all of the things that you keep hearing about that you really haven't taken the time to register and to kind of digest that and to figure out how to implement those things into your business. Now, that's exactly what that Power of Pivoting webinar is all about. I'm telling you guys, if you have not registered, I know that some of you already have. Um, I've already seen the registration list on that. If you have not registered for that Power of Pivoting webinar, I want you to do that right now. Right now. Go in and register. We're live Thursday at 1 o'clock, and all the things that I've talked about, I'm digging in so much deeper during that webinar. I mean, we have live Q&A during the webinar. We're sharing how different industries are implementing some of the changes that I've talked about. We are sharing how and where to look for those opportunities. Some of the things that I've just kind of alluded to today, we're going deep with that. We're going deep into where those changes exist, where those opportunities exist. And I'm sharing things that you can implement in your business right away. And it's an absolutely free webinar, guys. It's totally free. And I want to see you invest the time to show up and to learn a little bit about how to take your business to the next level. So, again, let me just ask the guys in my ear here how we're doing questions wise. And if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to tune off. I'm going to sign off. Okay, so they're telling me that we have no more questions, and I'm going to just sign off. I want to again, remind you guys go sign up to the Power Pivoting webinar. I want you to um, drop any more questions that you may have. If you're watching this replay, go ahead. I'll do another drawing this afternoon for the hat. It's super cool, by the way. I happen to like it. We'll do another drawing for that later this afternoon once we give everybody a little bit of time to watch the replay. And, thank you for tuning in. Let me just backtrack and just say thank you because I love the fact that we have so many people who have become loyal listeners, loyal watchers, and that they're really investing in themselves enough to tune in and to, gosh, some of the folks are even taking notes and really trying to implement these things into their business. And I love getting that feedback. I love seeing how you guys are taking this information and really applying it to your life and to your business because that's what it's all about. That's the value, that's the gift that I can give to you. So thank you to the Spear Network for hosting all of this, for being great partners, and for the opportunity to really continue to grow and to reach new people and to help more and more and more and more and more people. So thank you for that. My last bit is the URL to sign up for this webinar. I cannot say this enough. It's amydover.com/free-webinar. Sign up for that. I'll see you Thursday at 1. And in the meantime, have yourself a great day, invest in your increase, and really ask yourself how you can begin to kick it into DoverDrive. See you guys next show.